Hello, and welcome back to the Would You Rather questions. Thank you again for joining me, as always, as we delve deep into the world of Would You Rather, where we can lose ourselves in the simple questions of, would you rather have your nipples constantly changing like disco lights, or would you rather have your nipples look like diamonds? Nothing better sometimes. Sometimes there's just nothing better. And honestly, to answer this question, I'm gonna have to go with the disco lights. I feel like it's more interesting. It's more of a conversation starter. Especially if you're wearing like a light shirt, or actually probably any t-shirt. You'll see like just little circles changing colors on the shirt, and people will be like, oh, cool t-shirt, bro. No, man, that's my nipples. And you just can flash from your nipples. It's gonna be great. It would be great. It would be great. If there's one way I know how to make friends, and it's showing them your nipples. Most people chose the diamonds. They're not actually diamonds, they just look like diamonds, so that seems like it'd be annoying, because they'd constantly be poking through and poking people. You can't hug someone, because I'm guessing, I don't know if they're tough like diamonds, or if they just look like diamonds, but you can't hug someone without, like, poking a hole in them. I'm not doing all that. Would you rather sleep in a room a little too warm, or a room a little too cold, baby? That's what blankets are for. A little too cold. A little too cold. That is, everybody agrees, except for 26 fucking weirdos. Would you rather never understand the concept of time, or never understand the concept of sex? Probably time, because I personally, I know people that don't understand the concept of time. Like, they'll be like, I'll be out in 5 minutes, and then 30 minutes later, they walk out the door. Never understanding sex, that seems like it could lead you into some pretty awkward situations. I mean, time, you're kind of an annoyance, but sex? You're gonna have a hard time procreating. I'm gonna go with never understanding time. Most people chose that. 28% of people didn't understand the concept of sex to begin with. Would you rather fall 2 stories onto concrete, or fall 2 stories into freezing water? 2 stories onto concrete, like you're on the top of the second story, you're gonna break your fucking legs. Or, I mean, it depends how you fall. Maybe you know how to, if you can tuck and roll that shit. If you can tuck and roll, I'm gonna go with that, because the freezing water, that's not good for my disco light nipples. We're going with the concrete. Oh, most people chose freezing water. Clearly don't know how to tuck and roll. Would you rather have a lot of time but no freedom, or have freedom but no time? That's like the biggest contradiction I've ever heard. If you have freedom, then you can clear up that time. I'm like, what do you mean you have no time? Oh, you have a job if you have freedom. That doesn't make any sense, because if you have freedom, you can choose not to go to the job. Have a lot of time, but no freedom. That sounds like freedom to me, having a lot of time. You could just, whatever, yeah, man, all I got is time. I got time to spare. Have freedom, but no time, and then I'll make time. Got it. That's my final answer. Would you rather be dissolved feet first in sulfuric acid, or have a mafia in parentheses, hit. Oh, have a hit. Okay, I got you. You got a hit on your family. You got a mafia hit on your family. So either your family's gonna get got, or you're gonna be like one of those little tablets you put in water and you see it fizzle away. You're gonna be one of those. Are you alive while you're getting dissolved? Because that fucking sucks. That's really bad. That's like excruciating. Can I take the mafia? I don't think I can. I'm one man. The mafia, I'm guessing, large organization. They're gonna find a way. The mafia finds a way. I'll take the sulfuric acid. Maybe instead of being dissolved, I'll get superpowers. Always got to be thinking about that. And this is kind of 50-50. It was pretty close. Most people would rather have their family die. Would you rather be Wilma Flintstone, or Velma from Scooby Doo Mystery Gang? I'll be honest, I liked the Flintstones when I was little, but living in that world doesn't seem exciting at all. It was interesting because the characters were interesting, not because, it wasn't like, wow, I'd really like to have cars that run on foot power instead of actual engines. I'm gonna be Velma from Scooby Doo just because the Mystery Gang's awesome, and I'm gonna go on adventures all the time, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be great. Would you rather every movie you watch replaces the lead role with Nicolas Cage, or every song you hear is performed by Nickelback? Wow, that is awful. Like, you couldn't even. Oh my god. Imagine watching Harry Potter and now Nicolas Cage is Harry. It's just, even in Harry Potter 1 when they're little kids, it's just everybody's small, and then there's just fucking Nicolas Cage up here. I'm gonna have to take every song being performed by Nickelback, and maybe I'll just listen to all electronic music or something. Maybe, I don't know. Every lead role replaced by Nick Cage, do you know how many I got a lot of childhood movies that I cannot for a second imagine Nicolas Cage being the lead role of. You remember when Nicolas Cage threw the One Ring into Mount Doom? Absolutely fantastic moment. When you go to bed at night, would you rather have a deranged elf? I like where this is going. Would you rather have a deranged elf pour a bucket of water on your head every 15 minutes? I like how it has to be a deranged elf. It couldn't just be anybody dumping this water on you. No. It's gotta be that elf, alright? He's got it out for you. Or hear Buffalo Soldier by Bob Marley play at 110 decibels for 3 minutes at a time at random intervals. So randomly, just anytime, rolling dice, anytime Buffalo Soldier could just blare into my life. If everyone's hearing Buffalo Soldier along with me, I think that'd be okay because we'd all be in it together. That deranged elf thing just seems shitty for me. Either wake up to Bob Marley singing randomly or wake up to water being poured on you. I guess after Bob Marley stops singing, I could go back to sleep, or probably not. That's going to be hard. Maybe I'd be lucky enough for the random intervals to be very long periods of times, and Bob Marley would just turn into an alarm clock. But the elf thing is way too frequent, and also I'd be soaking wet afterwards. And fucking with a deranged elf? I got a deranged elf over my shoulder the whole time, just holding the giggling. He's shaking and giggling. He's freaking out, got foam out of his mouth, and he's getting ready with the next bucket. I don't want that. I don't need that in my life. I'm going to take Buffalo Soldier. Final answer. I don't know why anybody would consider the deranged elf. Would you rather be a regular on a daily soap opera or make one-line cameos in 3 large Hollywood blockbusters each year? That one, are you kidding me? I would knock those one-liners out of the park. They would be the best one-lines ever acted in history. They would be fantastic. What, am I going to be famous among 80-year-olds? I'm totally going to be in the Hollywood blockbusters. No questions asked. Unable to open doors unassisted or unable to climb stairs unassisted? Feel like there's a way around the stairs. There's a lot of ramps nowadays, elevators. If you need to, you can climb scale the side of a building. King Kong did it. But unable to open doors, now that just seems like it'd be a problem everywhere. I have a door right behind me. How the hell am I gonna get out of this room? No one else is here. I'm just gonna starve to death in this room. Unless I jump out my window, which that's a problem for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do unable to climb stairs unassisted. Kill your best friend for $1 million or be killed and end world hunger. I couldn't kill anybody for $1 million, let alone my best friend for $1 million. I feel like there are better ways to make $1 million that will rest easier on your conscience. Now, being killed and end world hunger, I'll take that, but I'll die on my own terms and when I want to. Jumping out of a plane without a parachute on a snowboard, with 2 supermodels, they can have parachutes optional if they want, and we're gonna be doing backflips, right? We're gonna do backflips into the Grand Canyon with a big target at the bottom, and there's gonna be a big crowd of people. There's gonna be signs everywhere that says "End World Hunger," "Hooray, our hero," and then I'll just splat everywhere, and everybody, and I'll go everywhere. I'll go everywhere. Actually, in fact, I changed I'm not onto a bullseye. I want to land into a wood chipper, head first though, so it's quick. End World Hunger. Hey, most people chose that. Faith in humanity slightly restored. Would you rather eat fruit roll-ups or eat fruit by the foot? This isn't a very pressing issue. It's pretty much the same ordeal, isn't it? It's just, they're like exactly the same thing, just one's in roll form and one's in... This fruit roll-up seems more convenient to eat. The fruit by the foot's cool and all, but... it gets old, It's cool when you're a kid because you really want that. But then eventually it's just kind of like, well, now that I make money, I can get these as much as I want, and now it's just kind of inconvenient that I have to unroll everyone. So we're going to go with the fruit roll-ups because they're easier, I think. I don't know, maybe I forget how they work. Would you rather be smart and always ignored, or be dumb but always listened to? I feel like the one on the right, dumb but always listened to, is what happens in the world anyways. The dumb people are the ones that get listened to the most. Like, the more loud, obnoxious, and stupid you are, the more you listen to. Just take the U.S. presidential election, for example. You know, at least in your books, you're good. At least you got a clean slate. So I'm gonna go with that. Thank you. A lot of people did choose that they would rather be dumb just to be listened to. That's kind of pathetic. Would you rather have an unattractive child or a beautiful child with bright blue skin? You telling me I get to have a little avatar baby? I'll take the avatar baby. Yeah, definitely taking the avatar baby. Know when you will die or how you will die? That's a hard question to answer. Damn. I guess how I will die? I feel like that's interesting information. You know, you're getting some good information, but at least you're not gonna know when it's gonna happen. Know when you will die? Any of these, you're playing with fire with either one of these. If you know how you're gonna die, you're gonna avoid that exact situation. If you know when you're gonna die, you're gonna avoid what you're doing on that day. I'm gonna know how I would die, you know? And if it was a disappointing way to die, I'm gonna have to go with what I said earlier about the parachute and the snowboard and, you know, landing into a wood chipper. I'll just make it happen on my own. Own a pocket-sized giraffe or own a pocket-sized elephant? I'm gonna have to go with giraffe. Something about the giraffe just appeals to me. I'd really like a pocket-sized giraffe. That sounds freaking awesome. Alright guys, so I think that will wrap it up here for today's Would You Rather questions. I hope you did enjoy, as always. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and of course I will see you all in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Fantastic life. Goodbye.